Hello everybody, welcome back to another video where today we're here back in Pixel Blade. Now in the last video we covered the best ways to gain XP, which they were pretty basic, but there were still definite surefire ways to get your XP. Today's video, since you probably already know what this video is about, is going to be about the best swords in the game as of the 6th of September 2025, but obviously in later updates that is definitely going to change since there's literally a new Vaulted coming out next week, which I was waiting for that to come out before I made this video, but here we are anyway. So before we actually get to what the best sword is, we have to define what qualities the best sword has to have. Now, what qualities that make it the best sword are variable. As you can see, the Titan here is the strongest sword in the game that isn't vaulted, because to my knowledge there's only one vaulted that I've been given publicly, and the only other one is an adamant only sword. So this is basically the most damage worthy sword in the game right now, and its boosts are insane. You get 20% plus crit chance, a 3% knockback, and passive ability Body Grip is actually quite good. It blocks all damage and uses the damage you take to increase your damage output, which multiplies it by 1.5x, as you can read there. Now, the Necromancer Blade was the legendary last update. The Necromancer Blade obviously has less damage than the Titan, since the Titan came out in this most recent update, and it would be pretty terrible if it had less damage than the Necromancer Blade because of an update behind. Anyway, the Necromancer Blade's ability is Raise the Dead, where when you get kills, you collect the mob's soul, right? You can get up to 7, but you can spawn in these undead mobs that, albeit this sword isn't actually known for that, because I think before this update this is probably one of the highest damaging swords, so this is the Titan of last update, because it did loads of damage, loads of crit, loads of knockback, but I don't think it's really known for Raise the Dead, because if I'm not mistaken, I think the Infested Blade does that. It's either the Infested Blade or Imperialist or something. Oh no, it's not Imperialist, I think it might have been, it's not Solar, I don't remember what sword it was, I think it was the Vampire Axe, where it spawns in like actually really good troops that are on your side. Now, we're stepping away from the higher damaging ones and we are going towards the abilities where Stellar really shines. Now obviously it only has 100 attack at level 2, which is not great since it is pretty rare to get. Like, I only got 2 of these out of the daily shop, which, as you can see now, if you look, is pretty low. Also, Royalist is definitely something to be looking out for, because it is one of the best, and it's one of the more common ones. Now, the thing about Stellar is, yeah, obviously it doesn't do much damage, but its ability, which charts a path of 4 stars on nearby enemies at light speed, and then activates the stars to deal rapid damage. Now, obviously, that doesn't sound too great if you're trying to deal with a single boss, like, for example, let's go with something really minor, John, the Lumberjack, in World 1. If you were just starting out, let's say Stellar was for that level, you would not want to use Stellar because it's one guy. Or maybe Atticus the Forgotten in Sand World 2, the Indetan's last boss. You would not want to use this sword because it does low damage, and its passive ability is more for a spread of people. Now, I think I should just show you what the ability does. If you go ahead, press E here, it goes through every single mob and it deals rapid damage like that. Now, on its own, it's still not great because obviously you're still only doing 100 damage a click, and as you can see, it still has a short cooldown, but maybe that cooldown could be reduced with a ring or something. But yeah, Stellar really shines with its ability, and obviously, even though it has a great ability, you still kind of need teammates, and I guess that's a situation with every sword. If you're trying to solo, you want a really strong sword like the Necromancer Blade or Titan, but if you are just there for support, and there are things like Necros or the new one, Akuma the Mage, I think, in Kundra, you definitely want the Stellar to do that massive damage to the golems, and I'm pretty sure all the way at the end, the Tundra Dragon, the last boss, is spawns in troops, right? The ones with the shield and the ones with the helmets that do reduce damage and don't take damage. Then yeah, there's also going to be a video point out how to deal with the mobs as well. That's probably in the same video as the bosses, or maybe that'll be separate, I don't know yet. Anyway, moving on to sword number 4. If you go ahead and open our bag, we have Imperialist. Now, Imperialist is definitely the worst out of the Stellar and the Imperialist. No, actually no. It does a little bit more damage, but it has less crit rate, which I think crit rate you kind of want more that damage, but obviously it has more base damage, which means it's good to balance out with. And also its ability is something that makes it shine. Now, the Lightning Bolt is, again, something you don't really want to use against a single enemy, but it's something you want to use in a group like you would with Stellar, because I think he's more like, look at that. That is, it's not the fastest attack, but it's still faster than Titan. It just deals a little bit less damage. Now, if you go ahead and use the ability, it sends a Thunder Shock through all of your opponents. Now, this is kind of just like a lesser Stellar in a way, but it still kind of does more damage. That makes sense because the damage multiplier doesn't really apply to Stellar's Imperialist's melee. No, it doesn't really apply to the ability. It's more just to its swinging attack, which albeit is still amazing, and its reach is insane. It's like a sort of longsword. Anyway, yeah, Imperialist is definitely good for bosses like Necros and Atticus the Forgotten. Well, not Atticus the Forgotten. You want to use it against Necros, you want to use it against Akuma. That will definitely do you some good. Now, Solar, I actually haven't got the ability for this, and that is solely because I haven't seen it yet. I don't really know how to get it. Now, it has more base attack than Stellar, but less than Imperialist, and basically what this sword does is sends basically a star. It sends a star, as mentioned by the name, up in the air, and it damages all foes. Now, this is definitely one of the best swords in the game. Solar definitely carries through base defense, where you can get through the first 30 waves with just Solar. Obviously not on your own, because his raid is intended to have more than one player, but still it is definitely something worth having on your team or having on your person. Now, I'm definitely working on trying to get Stellar to level 2, but it's just that second sword doesn't seem to want to make itself known. Don't know what it is. Anyway, having another glance at my ability, another good weapon that is a little more common is Royalist. It still does quite a bit of damage. It does the same amount of damage as Solar at level 2, but as you can see, it gets the ability, which, let's actually check what its ability does. I don't think I've ever actually used this one. Let's go ahead and check. Clockwork, split dimension that exists in an immune invisible state for 4 seconds. So it's literally just immunity if you need to regen or maybe run a pop potion, which I wouldn't say is as good as the damage dealing ones of Stellar, Imperialist, or maybe the raw damage of Titan or the Necromancer Blade, but I think it's still definitely something worth having if you are lower down on the level list, or you can't really, or if you just don't have any of these aforementioned weapons at all. As for how to get the weapons, I would definitely say try getting them through the daily items. Just log on every day, literally 5 seconds, glance over. If they're nothing good, buy it out of stock anyway, because you can upgrade it, you can get XP, maybe you'll be able to actually do the raids that you can't actually do, or maybe you can finally beat, I don't know, Grassman's Nightmare if you're at that level, or Ancient Sands. You could definitely get the XP for that, and people take you more seriously, because I remember when I was level like 20 odd, no one wanted to raid with me, but now I'm the one no one's hosting the raids because I used all the XP gaining methods I mentioned in the last video. That definitely did help. So yeah, the best way to get it is probably through here. If you come over here to the chest, maybe the samurai chest, you get the samurai armor. That's actually how I got it. And the samurai armor is one of the best, if not the best, right now. Maybe the solar armor might be better. That came out in the last update, but I don't really know. Maybe they'll come out with, I don't know, vaulted armor, because there's nothing that has anything in terms of stuff in the game yet. But yeah, that is going to be the top 5 weapons for fighting and bosses in general. In the next video we will cover techniques to beat bosses and how to beat certain mobs, because they are definitely hard, I know. We'll cover it world by world, not going to do all the worlds at the same time because I can't actually solo Tundra yet. I'm still working on that. As you can see, I'm level 42 from the last video. I'm like level 30 from the last like content video. So yeah, that'll be the end of today's video. Please subscribe if you want more tutorial videos like this, because there are definitely more to come as the game gets more and more popular and the game rolls out more updates that take skill. Also, something we might be able to cover is the ring system and the best rings to get, which would be cool. Maybe the best potions as well. I think that might be more umbrella video. But yeah, if you did enjoy today's video, then please subscribe to keep up with all the tutorial videos. Leave a like, because that motivates me and tells me that you guys actually are engaging with these videos. And drop a comment down below to let me know of anything else I missed in today's video, or maybe other stuff I could cover. And yeah, if there's nothing much else to say, then I will catch you guys in the next video today, because actually no, this video is going to come out a few days after the fact that I'm going to get like 3 videos out on the Saturdays. Everyone decides to update their game on Saturday. Anyway, yeah, have a nice day, stay in good health, and goodbye.